well, I'm not Danny, and you're not Harry. Do you think anyone's really going to notice?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Look, boys, I know who you are. You're both yellow card.
I suppose sometimes it is hard to identify people. Crawley fans, welcome to episode 13 of Talk of the Town. I'm joined by Sam.
Yeah, hello. First link up for us two so far this season. Looking forward to it. Dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo indeed. Two defeats at home obviously this week. Not the results we wanted, but plenty of drama, Sam.
Yeah, no, I think there was, a couple of letdowns from us. Maybe, we probably shouldn't say who, but I'm sure most people are going to know who we're talking about. But no, yeah, results weren't really ideal. A few positives though. Obviously, Joel Lynch come back, Will Ferry come back, Ludwig come back. Probably a couple more that I've forgotten about. But yeah, obviously 0 points. It's not what you want from the two home games. Considering before Sutton we were one of only I think 7 or 8 clubs that were going unbeaten at home so far this season. So obviously to end that's disappointing. I know obviously John, we've spoken about it so many times with him before, the home form is always something that he's been really protective about, and we've always had good home form under him. So yeah, a little bit disappointing, but there were positives to take, and I'm sure we can move on into the weekend.
I will quickly note again on Joel Lynch, obviously fantastic to have him back. He made such an impact when we signed him initially. I didn't know he could do solo runs down the left wing.
No, I think it was just about there, wasn't it really, that he took the ball on his chest and then, well, for lack of a word, just sort of rouletted someone really, before putting the ball into the box. I couldn't really believe what I was watching, but no, yeah, it's great to have him back.
Charlie Palethorpe, our videographer, put together a video of the highlights and behind the scenes from both the Sutton game and the Exeter game. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, more brilliant work as always from our videographer Charlie Palethorpe. And I suppose, Tom, the thing that's made those videos so special this year is the involvement of the fans.
Yeah, it's great to see just some of the behind the scenes stuff, some of the stuff that's going on in the stands, you know, creating noise, the chants. We've actually got a new kind of menu of chants this season.
Yeah, no, my favourite one is the Quasi Happier. Don't know if you can give us a little rendition.
I will not. I'm sure we'll play it at some point.
Yeah, no.
But no, that's brilliant. And the fans, obviously, record attendance against Sutton. It was fantastic to see so many people here cheering on the Reds.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely, and in terms of a league game, the biggest definitely record for this season. But the biggest crowd we've had probably since the likes of the Stoke and Norwich games, because obviously the Leeds game, all those FA Cup games, we couldn't have had crowds and everything, and it was just so special to see so many people here. That East Stand was a lot more filled than it normally was, and it's just so good to see. I think the thing that we've all said in the office as well is that how many sort of like parents are bringing their children along. Obviously under 11s go free to every game, but it's nice to see that parents are bringing their kids along. They know we're a nice involved family club, and they're happy to bring them along.
Yeah, I suppose it's nice to see just the new generation of Crawley fans. Give them 10 years and
well, you never know, that
they could be season ticket holders. But the fans actually got up to something a bit different outside before the Sutton game. What went down?
We're delighted to sort of launch this new, I suppose you call it supporters game, would you call it? I mean,
Clash of Supporters.
Clash of Supporters, that's what we'll go with. It's a working title, but group of Crawley supporters, they took on some Sutton supporters at While the Cat's Away, and let's just say it got a little bit interesting.
Welcome to our brand new game, While the Cat's Away, kindly sponsored by Fast Signs.
Shoot the ball through the hole, as many as you can.
Jake from Sutton, 25.
Who'd you score?
Sutton United.
Amy from Essex, 24. Woohoo, Sutton. Sometimes. I kicked it.
Dan, I'm 24 from Kent, Chocolate and Amber Army.
Off the ground.
Peter, 25 from Sutton.
Are you going to do it after the show?
From Crawley, didn't know I was a Sutton fan till now. Here we go.
It's all down to this. Knockout save.
Here we go. Tom, birthday boy. He's a Crawley fan.
I know. This would be bittersweet, wouldn't it?
It's his birthday as well.
And it's his birthday. Here he is.
Come on.
He is a Crawley fan.
Undercover.
Dug it to the heart. Look at that. Look at him. Who are you going to nominate the win to?
Sir Danny Bowman. That's who I'm
Crawley, yeah. Crawley. Thank you. Well, that's
Tom, can I hold you?
Yep, an absolute stab in the back from Tom there. Not very happy, Tom. You're never coming on our team again in the next edition of While the Cat's Away. Hopefully we claim all 3 points against Port Vale. A bit of a disappointing start, but that was one of Saturday's positives, really, that game.
Yeah, it was. It's a nice new series. Get the fans involved before the game. Obviously, it's all nice and friendly around there at Reds Bar, and to get the two sets of fans together is a really good idea.
Yeah, no, there was a few positives to take from Saturday. Obviously, that was one of them. You know, we've already spoke about the crowd, and we touched a little bit on the injuries, and Will Ferry was one of them as well.
Yeah, Will Ferry back. Obviously, I think he's a fantastic player. He's been brilliant since he's joined. He's only 20, I think.
I know, younger than me. It's terrible.
Scary. But he's brilliant, and I believe you had a chat with him earlier in the week.
Yeah, no. Obviously, you caught up with Nick Tabor a couple of weeks ago in the first episode of Getting to Know. We showed a little sneak preview of that, and we're going to do the same this week. Full episode should be out on the Monday, but for now, let's take a look at what Will said. Welcome back, Reds fans. We've got another edition of Getting to Know. This time, I'm joined by Will Ferry. Will, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Yeah, and obviously, as you've gathered so far from the episode with Nick Tabor, this is a little bit more sort of off the pitch, you know. But we're going to start a little bit on the pitch, obviously. On loan from Southampton, you know, you played your first few games. How have you been finding it so far?
Yeah, been loving it. It's obviously a new experience, and I'm just loving playing men's football, senior football, and adapting to it and hopefully improving.
And obviously, you got your first goal. I sort of want to talk about it a little bit. I know we've spoken a bit about it before. I saw your tweet, you know, first professional goal and everything. I want to talk about the celebration because I don't think anyone really saw it coming. You know, sort of, you see a lot of these, you know, first goal, you run into the corner, you go mental. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll play it over the top, but you pulled something pretty special out.
Yeah, I didn't actually realise people had seen it because everyone went over to Hess because obviously it was good bowling. But I'd been planning it for a while. Obviously, it's taken a while for me to get my first goal. But even when I was away on international, we were always planning it if I scored. And it's one of those where I told too many people in the change room I was going to do it. And before every game, they're like, right, you're going to have to do it. Yeah. And then obviously they couldn't let everyone down. But even when I came back into the change room after, like people at Nadders and that were straight up like, oh, I knew you'd do it. Yeah. So, yeah, it was. I bottled it halfway through. I was going to carry on a bit longer, but no one came over to me. So
yeah, it would have been a bit awkward. Yeah. Is that something that's not going to become like a signature move, is it? No, you're going to have to plan something else. Yeah,
I'll think of a better one. Hopefully.
A better one. Is that something you plan on doing every time you score? Something that not your traditional. I know Tom Nichols always runs away, does the shearer, but something special every time.
That's always my first instinct is to put my hand up. Like even for that goal, the first thing I did was that. But then obviously I switched out a bit. But it's a good thing, obviously, unless you're getting battered or whatever. It's obviously not. But I think it'd be a good thing to do like a different sort of celebration every time.
Well, no, I suppose you can also tell that with your goal gif as well. Because obviously, I think you've probably got one of the best ones. You know, you come in, pick the rucksack up, you're doing that as well. What was the expression behind that?
To be fair. I can't remember. I think it might have been Tyler. Tyler, because I was quite new at that point as well, so I was a bit like, what am I going to do? But I think it was Tyler gave me inspiration for that, but I forgot about that one.
That was a good one. Right, we move on to off the field. I think the first topic we started with Nick was TV, Netflix. What are you watching at the moment?
I've just finished You.
Yeah, so season 3.
Yeah, so that's obviously a bit dark and stalkerish, but. I've
heard mixed things about that. I've heard not as good as season 1 and 2. I haven't started it yet, no spoilers. But
I just think it's different. Yeah. Like, different sometimes good, isn't it? Like the second season was very good, and this one's just different. It's one of those where you just every episode you can think, oh, not again, or surely why are you doing this? So
I've heard similar things.
It is good though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
What about Squid Games? Have you watched that yet?
Yeah, I watched that.
What do you think of that?
It was good, but I didn't like the ending. I thought the ending was a bit...
No, I thought they could have done more with the ending. And we had this debate with Nick. Subtitles or dub?
No, I just had the voiceover, I'm pretty sure.
Same.
I couldn't be bothered.
No, everyone's like, you've got to watch it in Korean and sort of understand the subtitles. I'm like, well...
But then you have to focus.
Yeah, or you're watching the subtitles, not the actual show.
That's never me.
But if you could pick top 3 Netflix shows...
Whatever.
Ever. It's hard, this.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably hard on the spot as well.
On the spot. Power was up there.
Yeah, I can't be asked for that.
I love Power.
Too much.
Power.
What about your typical, like, Prison Break?
Prison Break, yeah.
So that's number 1 for me.
Prison Break's number 1. I wouldn't say Netflix. I'd say Game of Thrones is my favourite ever.
Nick said that as well. See, I tried Game of Thrones. I just couldn't do it. But
you can't beat Game of Thrones. That was
different taste.
But that's not Netflix.
No.
I'd say something like You or... Yeah, or Sex Education, Smart. It's just an easy watch.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to pick like an actual
Yeah,
3.
like top 3. Do you watch many films? Is that sort of something you're interested in, or is it more just sort of sit down hour?
No,
Netflix?
I like films. I don't like it as much as some people.
Mm.
My girlfriend watches films for fun.
Yeah.
But I like a good few, but I'm not a serial film watcher.
Yeah.
I'm more like program.
Yeah.
So
What about? Well, I feel like half of it's sort of been answered by your T-shirt already.
Yeah.
But what about music? Obviously, you got Nirvana T-shirt on.
Yeah.
What sort of music do you like?
I don't know what you call a genre, like indie rock.
Indie, yeah.
So like
None of this modern stuff.
no, Arctic Monkeys and
Yeah.
I listen to everything.
Mm.
But that was from being a kid. That's my main thing. So I used to
Yeah.
go to like live
Yeah, live gigs and stuff.
like Sabian and Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
And all that, so
Well, a great chat with Will Ferry there. I'm sure you enjoyed that one, Sam.
Yeah, no, it's very enjoyable. He's got a good music choice, you know.
And I'm sure he's gearing up for the big trip up to Scunthorpe. I believe the players travelled earlier today. We'll be making the trip tomorrow too.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to leaving here at 7:30 tomorrow. So, yeah, but it always makes it better when you come home with 3 points. So, fingers crossed.
It does indeed. And obviously Scunthorpe, we're not going to look at the table too much, but they are bottom of the league. They've
are
got
bottom of the
8
league.
points from 13 games. Does that affect anything in League 2?
I wouldn't have thought so. You know, we've seen how many times did we see last season? We've gone, oh, should we be picking up 3 points here? And then we've come away with, 0. And then we've gone to places like Bradford, sort of going, right, they're in the promotion push, we're not, and we come away 2-0 winners. Anyone could beat anyone in this league. And, as Johnson in his press conference yesterday, I'm sure Scunthorpe are looking at us and they're probably going, well, they've lost their last 2 games. What's to say that we can't beat them? They'd be looking at us as if to say, this is where we turn it around. So we've got to be on our, we've really got to be on our A game tomorrow.
Well, it's a big trip. We'll be making it tomorrow. Hope to see a lot of you Reds fans there too. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah. Come on, you Reds.
Come on, you Reds.